Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a spotlight on Concursion. This is a game that's available on Steam. It's been developed by Pooba. Hope I'm saying that right. It is a side-scrolling platform game that has elements of many other games in it. So this is kind of deceiving, the initial point. They show you your hero and your villain holding a fireball that really should just be burning his hand off. But whatever, we're not here to judge. Alright, let's just hop in here. You've got 3 saves. The characters that are on them, I do not believe have anything to do with the actual character you're playing. So, currently I'm on the second world. Let's take a look at one of the worlds that I feel has... Which one was it? I think this one has a good number of different changes. So here we are, we've got this little guy. You know, it's just a little red guy. He can jump. He can run. You know, you've got... Every character has, 2 moves. You've got... For this guy, you've got your sprint and jump. For others, you have other moves. So these are your bad guys. This guy lives in Dino Land. But then you've got up there, those are spaceships. Now, if we come over here, and they fall out and become lizards. Which is kind of cool. Now, if I went up in there, I would become, well, essentially this guy, but in a spaceship. It's not that big of a... It's not that interesting for that little line. And then you come over here, and you become a Pac-Man. And you have to collect all of the little things. And you have to collect those, those little shards. Those shards are... I don't actually know what they are. I'll be honest. I really don't know what they are. They're some sort of thing that completes the world and kind of keeps the world together. And obviously these guys are bad guys. These bad guys don't particularly do anything. And here we go, we're back here. And a checkpoint. And you've got the spaceship up there. Just kind of move along. Ow. That was dumb. And of course, everything changes when it goes into these different zones. The whole point here is that the world is... Would you guys get away from me? God. Oh. Screw you, ship. Ha. The world is being torn apart by the bad guys. Ow. Here. And you have to get these crystals back to keep it from fully tearing apart. These guys are so stupid. Like, why would they bother coming after you if they're just gonna disappear? Oh, jeez. So, actually, let's... So, show you the ship here. So here we are in our ship, and we can shoot, we can fly, up and down. Well, not so much up and down here, but, we can fly, and then we change back. And... I think... No, that's... I don't know how you get that thing. And then when you get to the end of the level... That took me 3 minutes. You get this little disco stew thing. I keep calling him disco stew. This guy... Yeah, this guy here shows another couple. So here we are. Now we're a ninja. We are ninja. Haha. Okay. So these guys are one-hit kills, and you'll notice that with each different character, I've had a different health bar in the upper right corner. You may not have noticed. Ah, you missed. Die. Now, again, this guy, he's got his sword slash, his jump, but he also has a double jump, and he sticks on walls. So everybody has their own little ability. Get out of here. These guys are kind of pointless, because they jump right over. Oh, he wasn't the same guy. Now, with this guy, I've taken a hit, and... So useless. Die. And I've taken one little bar. If I was that jumpy dude, that would have taken half of my life. And you can knock these arrows right out of the air. Ow. And apparently jump into the guy. But I got a health. And this is another one. This is where things get confused, because they'll have these little pockets of alternate dimension, and you turn into whatever it is that you're supposed to go through. Now with this, I can double jump, and then I can jump again when I get out. Every time the ninja goes through this, he gets his double jump back. And... ow. Pay attention. So here we are. Now we're Spaceman. Spaceman Dude. And Spaceman Dude, I am going left and right. He can't walk. He apparently doesn't know how to use his legs. He can only use his jetpack. And this is a health container. All the health containers are different. Everything is different. You know, it says every hero uses at most 2 buttons and 4 arrows. The buttons, you have pressed them all. So this guy, he does one thing. He flies. Oop. Oop. And now we're back to Disco Stew. It's a very, very interesting game. It's strange. It's very strange. I'm 39 on that. You've got a best time list, you've got a goal, which as you can see, on pretty much all of these levels, I am nowhere near the goal. Like, I've got 3 that I am near the goal. Now, the problems that I have with this game are, sometimes it feels like the hitboxes are a little off. Let's go into this one here that I got the time on. It's fairly easy. So, this is our space. That's not... I forgot that this one was space. Well, this is where I can talk about this. The space shooter one is just kind of dull. I'll be honest. It's mostly just avoidance. You don't generally have to shoot anything. You've got lots of health, you just kind of skirt around. They don't really move. These are the only ones that are of any threat. Like these big ships that look like they should actually do some harm to you, they don't. They just kind of hang out. Those guys, these smaller ones, they have directional fire. But none of them follow you, none of them do anything. And this is the hardest one of the bunch, and it doesn't really hang out for very long. Like, it's really, basically, what I can say about this guy, about pretty much anything in this game, is it does every single section of the game decently, but doesn't do any one of them particularly good. Like, this is not going to be, you know, a killer shmup. This is not going to be a killer platformer. It's not going to be a killer stealth ninja game. It's just going to be decent at all of it. And there we are, ninja. So, on the little red guy, I've had the fireballs come down and connect with me right when they're at my feet. Like, just before. Probably Like, on screen space, it would be, you know, a few millimeters, if you're familiar with metric. In real life, that would be about a foot. Which is pretty hard. Jerks. You know, it's pretty excessive. Now, that has only happened once, so it may have just been a fluke. I can't really say for sure. But it did happen, and I feel like I need to mention that. Otherwise, the game is fairly good. The worst part, the absolute worst part I can find about this game is actually the boss fights. Like, let's pop in here. This guy, he's adorable, he's a jerk, he's evil, but the boss fight's dull. And it throws, like, the balls are random. They could be cannonball, like, exploding bombs. Ow, that was dumb. Or they could be rolling bombs. And then you do this. And you jump over him. He comes in, and he laughs, and you jump and you get him. Now, that wouldn't be too bad. He gets a little faster and, you know, throws more bombs. Oh, that was stupid. It goes a little bit faster, but all in all, does not get more interesting. Oh, Jesus. I hate getting those rolling ones. They trip me up every time. Now, this would be okay if they followed the rule of threes. Which is, if you're not familiar with the rule of threes, 3 hits and you're out. After 3 hits, you get a heart. Which is cool and all, but it's not really good. Because then you just got to go through it again. And it's 2 more times, and it just gets really dull. If they dropped out 2 more times, it would probably be much more interesting. Like, for this type of boss fight. You know, other boss fights have to be handled differently, but I think sticking with the rule of 3, there's a reason for the rule of 3. Oh, wow, I just ran right into him like a chump. All in all, aside from a few points, the game itself is pretty solid. The controls handle quite well. The gameplay, like, none of the particular different styles of game have felt poor. They're not perfect. They're not, oh, that was really bad. They're not going to be winning any Emmy Awards, but all in all, as a whole, I wouldn't recommend me playing this game. But, you know, maybe you would be better at it. Wow, I am just stinking the joint up here. Holy cow, I'm just walking into everything. So, do what I'm doing, only don't walk into everything. Oh, wow, this is, I think, the worst I've done. I was hoping to be able to get through, but yeah, oh, jeez. Why did I jump over him? Like a chump, like a tool. Oh my god. I need to stop. I need to stop and smell the roses. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Definitely check this game out. It is available on Steam. I will link to it in the description. And we will see you next time. Yeah, laugh at me, chump. Got you this time.